Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be sharing a little tutorial about how to use Google Classroom. This one's going to be specifically targeting students in my class or anyone else's class. All right, so I'm going to start the way that a lot of my students start, going to the classroom page, but then finding that someone else is here. And so if they see this and they're on their home computer, a lot of times it's because there's someone else logged into Google, and so they can just click on this little icon here and look for their own icon. If it's not there, they can just sign in by adding an account, and they'll be able to sign in. So I'm going to sign in through my son's email. When it loads up, you'll notice that the page is blank because he hasn't been added to any classes, and so he'll have to add himself to a class. All right. And click join, and you'll notice that he is added to a Rogers test class number 1. All right, so I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to kind of show you some of the things that we have on Google Classroom. First off, if you click on this little button right here, it'll show you all the classes that you've been assigned to. If you'd like to sign up for more classes, or if you have another math class or reading class or science class, sometimes they'll sign you into these classes as well. You can also access the calendar there. You've got a couple of buttons up here that you don't use all the time. This one's for classmates. This is a class of just one student. You've got an about section right here. There's nothing in here right now, but a lot of times teachers will put kind of permanent tutorials or things like reading logs, things that will be printed out a lot of times. You can find that in the about section. Over here on the stream, if you scroll down, you can see topics, and this really allows you to find things quickly. So if you know that the assignment was about summarizing, then you can just click on summarizing and it'll take you right there. Okay. All right. I'm going to go back to the original page. Just a couple of things over here. This is the account. Here are any notifications if someone sent you a message, and here you can access all of your Google Apps. Okay. This is if you just want to create a post and make a comment to the class. You can do that here. It's essential that you only put things in that are regarding the class, because this isn't a social networking site, it is a classroom site. I'm going to scroll down to the first assignment where I have an announcement. It's not actually an assignment, it's an announcement. And it's about their independent reading. And this is just a little place where I put a couple of things for them to use reading logs. You really don't use anything here or make any comments here. If a comment is needed, how do I make a copy of the reading log? A teacher can respond to that. But most of the time, there's no comments on here. You're just using this for the notes or to make copies of whatever the teachers have asked you to do. Here I've given a link to a book wizard to tell students what reading level their books are so that they can put that in the reading log that they print out. Further up here, I've got a question that the students are supposed to answer, and it'll say type your answer here. And so if the student was reading about a character last night and they wanted to say something about them, they can put that right here. So I'm going to talk about Anansi. Okay, so Anansi is tricky. I know this because when he wanted something, he would trick even his friends to get it. Let's submit that, and it's done. If you'd like to edit it, you can just press edit and change it up if you notice any spelling that you've done wrong, or if you'd like to have a different answer there. Okay, and that's the end of that particular assignment. The next one here is an actual assignment. And on this particular assignment, they are supposed to add a summary or write a summary for the book that they've read. And so I'm going to click on the Google slide that's offered on this one. The teacher has given a Google slide for them to fill in their information. As you can see, not only does it give them the assignment, but it has a name, their name already on that assignment. So that's really convenient for the student and the teacher. It reminds them to use somebody wanted but so then. And so they would just click in the empty box to add the somebody. I'm going to type in Anansi. And down here, I'm going to say he wanted the Sky God's stories. But he had to prove himself worthy by bringing 3 dangerous animals to these. Whoop. Sky God. And so he tricked each creature, captured them, and brought them to Sky God. And finally, although he got these stories, when the bag was opened, the stories spread all over the world. Okay, so my assignment is finished. I don't need to press save. I just come back over to the reading assignment and I click turn in. Now, if your teacher has not added some kind of already template ready assignment, you can add something that you've already created yourself from Google Drive, add a link to it or a file. You could also click create and start the assignment right here. It won't have your name on it. You'll have to title it the right way. You'll have to format things the right way. But these are all things that you can add to that assignment. If you have a question about the assignment, you can add a private comment to the teacher that will allow the teacher to know what exactly it is that you're having a struggle with. Otherwise, you just turn it in. Once you turn it in, it will say, are you really ready to turn this in? Yes, I'm going to turn it in. And it'll show that you are done. If you feel like you need to do something else to it, you have to unsubmit that, and the teacher has to approve of that. When you go back to the assignment, you'll see that it is already done and everything's good. This is basically how Google Classroom works for the student. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. Thanks. Bye-bye.